Okay, is this the most vile dessert man has ever created? Let's see.
Speaking of sins that need to be atoned for, I have, unfortunately, finally a deeply unsettling, tragic, really disturbing video to play for you. And I don't like playing stuff like this on a Monday. It just starts the week on a bit of a sour note. But I feel duty-bound to talk about this, to bring it to light. If you have kids in the room, I would maybe send them out of the room before I play this, because it's not appropriate for kids. It's not even appropriate for adults, honestly. But here it is.
Is he trying to be funny?
This New Zealand startup is making ice cream out of cauliflower, and they're on a mission to help the world eat differently. This plant-based ice cream is made without any dairy, gluten, nuts, or
I saw this. This seems interesting.
soy. The two female founders, Millie and Jenny, came up with the idea and started making ice cream here in New Zealand using cauliflower, which would otherwise go to waste because it wasn't the right shape or size for supermarkets. The tubs are certified home compostable, which means you can just chuck them in your home compost.
And that's what sounds really cool about it. Like, a lot of fruits and vegetables get wasted because they're not pretty or they don't look the right shape or anything like that. Because then people aren't going to buy them for some reason. So it's really good if they're like using stuff that would have otherwise gone in the bin.
And they can return to the earth.
Oh yeah, Matt Walsh is awful. He's like just genuinely terrible. We've covered him on the channel before. He would have me burn in hell. You know?
It is stocked in one of the largest supermarket chains in New Zealand, and they have their sights set on expanding overseas. So comment below where you think they should be stocked and what countries they should expand to next. Save this post and send to someone who you think would love some cauliflower-based ice cream.
So, yeah, this very unoffensive thing, he's going to cry about it for what, 6 minutes? Or 5? Okay.
It's so creamy. Wow, that's so good. You can't taste cauliflower in there. Yeah, no.
Cauliflower ice cream. This is simply not okay. It's just...
So, milking cows, like mutilating them, taking their babies away from them, and stealing their milk from another species of animal, that's okay. But fucking cauliflower ice cream is a problem. Okay, all right.
Just not okay. And you know that I'm not joking when I say that should be illegal. I really believe that. It should be illegal.
I think he's still joking. I literally cannot tell. But if he really thinks it should be illegal, that's cringe.
It should be illegal. Certainly to sell it as ice cream, to put that, like false advertising, is supposed to be illegal. It's fraud.
Wait, is he being serious? What?
I would argue that it's fraud. And much of the vegan food industry it's all fraud.
How?
And it's a worse kind of fraud. This is like Bernie Madoff.
So when you say hot dog, that's fraud, right? You don't probably have a problem with the term hot dog, do you? Not got a dog in it. It's usually pigs. All their body parts mashed up into this dog. It's not a dog. If anything should be illegal, it should be dairy.
Times 10. It's the worst kind of fraud. And it should be.
I think it's the worst kind of fraud to be selling these happy animals who have been dismembered and murdered. Pretty fraudulent to just make out like they were living a happy life. They enjoyed their death even,
Illegal, punishable by a $50 fine and death.
He must be joking, right? He's taking the piss. Yeah.
Illegal for you to market anything as ice cream.
Maybe he genuinely does think it's fraudulent, but obviously he doesn't want death upon them. I don't know though. This is the same guy that said like you should just like keep driving if you see a protester in the road. If
it's not made with milk. And by that I mean regular milk. And when I say regular,
what's regular about exploiting cows and taking their babies away from them? Sorry, what's regular about that?
Milk that everyone knows. I mean cow's milk. Okay, milk from a cow. from
yeah,
the
and that's okay, is it?
udder of an animal that goes moo. Okay, that's what I mean.
Explains why he still acts like a baby, really, doesn't it?
And anything outside of that is not milk. It's not ice cream. It's not anything. You owe back
So
to
coconut milk that's been called coconut milk since eons ago. That's not milk. No?
taxes or still have unfiled returns. Not only is moved
thank
USA,
you.
this USA.com/ice cream. What it actually is liquefied cauliflower. And imagine putting that on the carton.
What milk is stolen milk from a mother who had her baby taken away from her. That should be put on the carton, shouldn't it? Yeah.
Imagine putting on the carton, here's some mint chocolate chip flavored liquefied cauliflower. But you would never do that because nobody would buy it. And what does that tell you? When you're selling a product that nobody would buy if you told them what it actually was.
People know what it is. It says on the packaging, no? Let's go back. Hang on, we're on 412. Let's just go back.
Compostable, which means you can just chuck here in New Zealand using cauliflower, which would otherwise go to waste because it wasn't the right shape or size for supermarkets. The tubs are certified home compostable, which means you can just chuck them in your home compost and they can return to the earth. Eat Kinda is stocked in one of the largest supermarket
Doesn't it literally have a cauliflower on there?
chains in New Zealand, and they have their sights set on expanding overseas. So comment below where you think they should be stocked and what.
Yeah, isn't that literally a cauliflower on the label?
Countries they should expand to next. Save this post.
Why is he crying?
Told them what it actually was. What does that tell you? But they don't say it because they're not honest.
What an animal agriculture industry is.
And that's what gets me the most. That's why I think that the vegan infiltration of all of these different food products, I think it's a moral issue.
Why are you crying about it when things like coconut milk have existed longer than you've been born? You're acting like, oh, the vegans are suddenly infiltrating. Almond milk has been around since the 14th century, I think. Coconut milk even longer than that. And now we're acting like it's a new problem. It's really weird.
I think it's one of the great moral issues of our time. And it's a moral
He's just fucking about, isn't he? He's just joking, isn't he?
issue because they're lying. And they don't have the guts to be
Yeah, I just don't, I can't read him.
honest with us, and they don't have the guts to be honest with themselves. So they say, oh, this is ice cream, this is butter, this is milk. No, be honest.
Peanut butter is not butter. Have you cried about it being called peanut butter ever in your life? No.
You've given up ice cream, butter, and milk. The three major food groups. Okay? You've given it up. And you want us to give it up.
No, we haven't given that up. We've just given it up coming from an animal. That's all we've done. I've not given up butter. I've not given up milk. I've not given up any of these things. I just put my hand somewhere different in the supermarket and it comes from a different origin. It's a different ingredient list. It's just the same sort of product. Tastes the same to me. But it's the same sort of thing, just with different ingredients. Didn't include the animal.
And you want to sell us something that you call ice cream, but that is minus the one thing that makes it what it actually is. And rather than just admit that, rather than
ice cream, it's creamy ice. Ice cream could be so many things. I've had garlic ice cream before. You could... What?
be straightforward, you lie.
And that had fucking dairy milk in it. I was a dairy fairy when I had it. Oh, that's not ice cream. Weird.
And that's what I don't like. I'm not saying there's anything wrong with being a vegan. Well, there is something wrong with being a vegan, obviously. That should be illegal too. But
is he being serious? I can't tell.
we can only do one thing at a time here. So put it another way, it's bad enough to be a vegan, but if you're going to be a vegan, just be a vegan. And if you're some other made up thing, like lactose intolerant, then just be that.
I just genuinely can't tell if he's trying to be funny. Like, he cannot think lactose intolerance is made up. If he's trying to be funny, it's just not really working. I'm sorry. It's a very different humor to what I would indulge in usually, I must say.
And yes, I'm seriously arguing that lactose intolerance is made up. I don't believe in it. Media Matters, you can run with that. Matt Walsh says that lactose intolerance doesn't exist and is satanic. Well, that's not true. Veganism is satanic. Lactose intolerance is just made up. Here's how I know it's made up. I know it's made up because it's not possible to live without dairy product. I don't think it's possible. I don't think I've ever eaten anything that doesn't have some kind of dairy product involved.
I've never eaten pasta, potatoes, nuts, seeds, fruits, vegetables, bread. You've never eaten any of the... He's just being... Okay, I get the point. Just cringe.